Are y'all ready to do this? I am so excited about this next panel. This next panel is full of friends and family. We're gonna dig deep. This is about education. This is about hip hop. This is the biggest panel of the weekend right now. Are y'all ready? I've known this young man for quite some time. He's the young OG of the game that has inspired all of us in so many ways. Please welcome to the stage, Andre Harrell. Hey, you know you still got it. Coming to the stage right now, we call him Mr. Cinema. He's a movie star. I don't just call him a music star. I call him a movie star. The biggest DJ in the world. Cut the music. Cut the music. I gotta make sure y'all hear me. When this guy comes out, I need y'all to make as much noise as humanly possible. Give it up for the multi-hyphenate man himself, DJ Khaled!
What?
My brother. And now coming to the stage,
You better believe it. Thank you.
and now coming to the stage. When they move through heavy. I like to call them the Combs Cartel. Please give it up for Justin, Christian,
Yeah, Revolt, what
and
up?
Quincy.
What's up? Combs Cartel in the building.
What up?
And without further ado, make some noise for Diddy!
OG.
This is the Combs Cartel. Andre Harrell, take it away.
What's up, people? How y'all feeling today?
What's up?
How's everybody enjoying the Revolt Summit so far?
Oh, I feel great.
You feeling great, Khaled?
Yeah, I'm just checking out some of my notes I jotted down.
All right, so we're hoping you're taking all this in because we really have great expectations for this particular generation of young people who made it out here today. So today we're gonna talk about what it takes to make it. We're gonna talk about these young men right here and what they're doing in their lives to get it started, their father, and most importantly, helping you to find purpose in your way in life out here, to find something that you're really passionate about so you too can be successful. So let's kick it off. Khaled, you want me to start or you gonna kick it?
I can go.
Go ahead.
First of all, hello everybody. How y'all feeling? Everybody good?
Yeah.
Can you please turn my mic up just a little, please? Thank you. So Diddy, I am the father of Assad, and my son, he's 2.5 years old. He's about to be 3 in October. And already I have made my son the executive producer of 2 albums already. He's executive produced my album Grateful, and he also executive produced Father of Assad. And also, he has a lot of other great ventures with Jordan and stuff like that. How important it is to secure the future of our young kings and queens and giving them the direction so when they grow, they can be ready to have their own empire, but to secure. My main question is about securing the future.
As a unit, Combs Cartel, and as a Combs family, what I'm instilling in my children is the importance of creating generational wealth. Us as a people, we have less wealth in this country than we had from the first day that we became free slaves. And so I'm also always instilling that into them and teaching them about financial literacy, making sure that their business is tight, and also just empowering them and supporting them. But also at the same time, I'm not giving it to them on a silver spoon. I got to where I'm at through hard work, through grinding, through hustle. And I honestly, if y'all think cheesecake is bad, like the things I put my kids through to get them prepared to carry on the legacy is another level. And that's why we wanted to come up here and kind of share our story as a family, because that's what it's going to be about in the future. Us as a black community, we got to start building these family businesses that we could pass on to the next generations. And so with Justin and Christian and Quincy, nothing has been handed to them on a silver platter. All the hustle and all the work that they're doing, I instill in them to have their own dreams and understand what it takes for them to achieve their dreams by still supporting them as a father, but not giving anything to them that they're not working for themselves.
Let's talk about some of that work. I'm gonna go straight to you, King Combs. What does it mean to break this Combs Cartel down for me?
Well, Combs Cartel, first of all, I would say is family, unity, and you know we all got our own different professions, so I think just sticking together as a family to just move the culture forward in a positive way.
Now, has it been difficult for you to make yourself your own individual, being that you looking like your pops, you sounding like your pops? Tell me about some of that experience.
I mean, you know, I'm forever King Combs, so it's not difficult to make my own identity, but it's definitely difficult going behind the shadow and, you know what I'm saying, living up to the name, because I got to represent for myself, too, and be King Combs. So people going to doubt and think that, you know, he hand stuff to me, but that's never been how it was. Like, I've been wanting to do this rap thing since I was, like, 4 years old. But when I really started to take it serious at, like, 16, I talked to my pops, and I actually played him a song. That's how I started it off. I played him a song, and then off the rip, he told me, like, yo, if you really want to take this serious, like, you're going to have to really work hard every day. I'm not going to hand you nothing, no producers, no writers. You're going to need to find your voice as an artist, figure out who you are. So I remember in the beginning, he actually made me, like, do my research on Nas, Illmatic, Biggie, Ready to Die, and really write a whole essay on the whole album about how I felt about it, how it made me feel, and, like, what I could do to reach that height, too, like, of the greatest hip-hop albums ever. So I feel like Combs Cartel is just sticking together, unity, and hard work.
Now, Justin,
what's up?
You got a full scholarship to play football at UCLA. You got a bachelor's degree in sociology. So it turns out that you didn't want to go professional football player. How is it coming, you finding your new passion and your new pursuit? What's going on with you?
Well, you know, I played football for majority of my life. So after I graduated, I had to just kind of go out there and kind of find my new purpose and my newfound passion. And you know what I'm saying? It's a journey for sure, but it's been good. And, you know, I'm just blessed and thankful, you know what I'm saying, just to be here and to have a family that supports me.
Hear, hear.
Quincy, shout out, first of all, King Combs, you're doing a great job as an artist.
Thank you so
much.
much.
I respect everything you do. My brother right here, I love everything you're doing. I love everything y'all saying. Quincy, you do so many things. Every time I see you, it's like a campaign, a movie, a launch, music, acting, just so many things at one time. How do you stay motivated and be able to have all those hats and do it so well? I've been watching for a long time. Like the other day, I seen you, you know, doing something for, what was the brand that you just did in LA with a grand opening? Was it a shoe?
Christian Louboutin?
Christian Louboutin.
Yeah, all these big high fashion names, but in the same time.
Can I say something as a proud father? You're just the creative director of coach of the new coach campaign?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Did I explain it right?
I'm part of the Coach Originals.
The Coach Originals.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
So all these big names, and as well as being movies, and as well as making music, how do you stay motivated to do all these hats? Because that's a talent to be able to do everything.
Yeah, I think you know, growing up, baseball was my passion. And when I got taken away from me because family was moving around so much, I mentioned it before in many interviews, but that's all I was eating baseball. I was sleeping baseball. And it was like, you know, when you're passionate about something, you're not just doing it in season. You know, you're doing it year round. And, you know, having to move and the school just letting me know like I'm not eligible to play sports just because of my absences, you know, that kind of forced me into a whole new kind of like mindset, you know, and a lot of the things that I was doing for my hobbies, you know, they became, slowly but surely became like my passions, but, you know, I lost all my motivation, you know, as soon as they said that what I love to do, I can't do, you know, for the long run, you know, if I couldn't play to get, you know, the attention from, you know, college scouts and stuff like that, it was like I had no motivation for it.
So how'd you bump into acting?
Right, so, you know, growing up, you know, my mom was always giving me, you know, all types of gems.
The late, great Kim Porter.
Yes.
Give that a round of applause. She's watching you.
Give it up for my mom, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, her telling me everything, you know, straight how it is, you know, she definitely let me know my personality, you know, was very unique. And, you know, I need to show people that. I need to showcase that in any way, form, or fashion. You know, with sports, that was a little limited. So she was kind of always giving me that extra push to where it was like, you know, try go on this audition. You want to go model for this? And I really wasn't for it, you know, just because I was more so upset, you know. And the fact that I started to get into acting, it was an accident on really how it happened. I knew I wanted to get into it. I just didn't know how to start. And my mom was out and about one day, and she had a conversation with somebody, and they asked her, does your son act? And I ain't never acted a day in my life. And she was like, yes, he does. Yes, why? You know, I think she was familiar of her. She knew she was a casting director. And she let her know there's an audition. And I had like a couple days to prepare for it, super nervous. And I know I didn't do the greatest job in that room, but I ended up booking it. You know, so I kind of wasn't ready, but I was. You know, so that kind of pushed me into a whole new mindset as well. Like, I was trying to, you know, put it out there, yeah, this is what I want to do now, and then it just came like that. And for me to kind of like take that in and digest it as, you know, something new, you have to really know what speaks for you. Like, if it doesn't feel right in your gut, it's not for you. You know, and it's simple. It's like a great human quality that we all have, that we know what's right, we know what's wrong. So then, being so next door to the music, I was able to really, really, really focus on that because it was more so just in the background. It was in the house, you know, but that wasn't my prime focus. So it's in my blood, it's in my DNA, and to be able to really focus on that and have an amazing teacher like my pops, you know, he kind of set that whole vision of you can do anything. You know, I took it, you know, very literal and started doing everything. Just because I felt inside like, okay, this is what I want to do. It was nothing just because I'm in this light or just because, you know, we are who we are. Everything really comes from a passionate place. So I'm thankful to be, you know, choosing these. I'm not perfect. I'm still figuring out, you know, how everything works. But more so, I love to learn. And I think I was really, really, really honed in on the learning, the process of it all, you know.
Has the journey been the best part of the success? Has the journey been the best part of the success?
Yeah, the journey is everything. I think that's kind of where you learn about yourself, you learn about people, and you learn about the future, you know, during the journey. I think when stuff comes to you kind of too fast and you're not able to really, you know, digest the information, you can't really put it back out, you know, into a way that people can really understand. And
it's about to be 2020. Is new music coming? Is it an album coming? Is music going to be one of the main priorities amongst all the other great things you're doing?
Yeah, well, I like to say everything is a priority. I don't ever like to like split something in half, like 50-50. I'd rather say, you know, 100% in everything. But new music is on the way. I'm finally at that point to where I think the music element in my side of things was the only thing missing, you know, and y'all falling in love with the roles I do and stuff like that. Those are those characters. That's not me, you know, but it's still me. So I think the music is gonna give y'all a different side of me that y'all have never seen before, which is like, you know, very personality driven. It's not gonna be anything that's just not me. And, you know, I think that's what, you know, makes everybody unique, especially if they know what's for them.
Word.
Diddy.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I got an announcement too.
Okay.
What's up?
Me and my brother King Combs, we have a new record dropping
Yes,
called
sir.
Options.
And it's hard.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Y'all gonna love
Yes.
it.
Coming real soon. It's about to be crazy.
Be
I
on
ain't
the
gonna lie.
lookout, October 2nd or 5th.
Believe
October
that.
4th. Yeah.
Diddy, so you always been somebody that brings the experience to everything. If it's from music, the restaurants, clothing, the list goes on and on and on. Like, what is it that we can tell the people about building a brand and what a brand is in your eyes? And explain your brand, because your brand is not just music. It's always been music, but more than music.
Building a brand. I think your brand represents and has to speak to everything that you are and everything that you're about, and what your purpose is, what your why is. Your brand has to speak to why you are here on this earth and why you're doing what you're doing. My brand has evolved. It started at, with Bad Boy and went to Sean John and went to Ciroc. And, God had to really, really wake me up through a lot of different things this year and, get my priorities straight. And that's one of the reasons why we even came up with the Combs Cartel thing, which is not just my sons, it's also my daughters. And so my new brand and the brand you're gonna most remember me for is my family. And
That's what's up.
And that's the brand I'm proudest of. And that's why we wanted to also do this panel, because that's the thing that's also important in this journey. The journey of having the support of your family, or supporting your family when they have dreams and they have aspirations. But the Combs Cartel brand is something that we put together because I didn't want to force my kids to be in the family business. I wanted them to be able to, if King Combs wanted to be a ballet dancer, he could have been a ballet dancer. If Justin wanted to be an astronomer, he could be an astronomer. Quincy, a nail technician, he could have did that. But I wanted something that we could all come together and make money together, do philanthropic things together, have fun together, and make change together. And so this Combs Cartel brand is one of my most important brands, and my family brand is the brand that I've evolved into, from being Puff Daddy to being, I want to be the greatest father in the world. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm on right now.
You already are the greatest father in the world.
I want to
You already are, Pops.
You already are the greatest father in the
Yes, you
world.
are.
Thank you.
We love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
Justin.
I want to say one thing real quick from what Diddy was saying about all the great businesses he has and supporting his children and what they want to do. And obviously, we see it through their journey of the things they're choosing to do. And I just want to speak on the experience that I've witnessed, with Puff. I've seen him actually, tell his team, like, yo, have Christian come to the office, make sure he's in the office of the day so he can learn all this stuff. Without Diddy being there, I've seen them in meetings and stuff like that. It's very inspiring because not only is he giving his kids knowledge, they learn in the business because that's what they want to do, and that's a support factor, but at the same time, it's putting them in a level of, like, yo, big boy status out the gate at a young age. And I think it's important because, there's no, how can I say, it's not there's no limits to what you can learn and when you can learn and how you can learn because, everybody got different situations in life. And that's what I love about how Puff with his kids, because I actually experienced and seen it. And me as a new father, I'm definitely taking keys from a great father like Puff Daddy with his family. I just want to acknowledge you for that.
Yeah.
Now, Justin, I know you're exploring different business opportunities and seeing what your new passion is, but your side hustle in terms of partying and throwing parties and having all these people around you remind me of your father back in the young days.
The man had helicopters flying over parties
Over your
and
pool
everything.
party.
I'm like, wow.
What's going on with that?
Yeah, I just, that's something that naturally came good to me. Like, I'm just, when you find something like new, your passion, you got to work with what's in front of you. work with what comes naturally good to you, and I felt that was something. But you know, that's like a gateway, like that allowed me to build relationships, just have different people just wanting to be around, and that's gonna just push me forward in the future. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take it to high heights, just how my father did. So.
Okay, all right. So now, King Combs.
What's up?
You had to A&R your album. You had to meet with producers. You had to inspire them. What was that experience like for you? How's that going?
It was definitely great and for sure humbling. Like I said before, like with my pops, it's nothing that he's just handing to me. He making sure that I even prove to him. Not even just prove to y'all, prove to him that I really want it. And that's what I wanted to get across to all my fans and everybody here too. Like, we really out here hustling on our own 2 feet. Of course, we have resources and different type of opportunities that we blessed with, but it's me that going in these meetings. It's me with the DJs. Like, I got to build a relationship with the DJs, with the fans. They can't just look at me as, you know, Diddy's son just because I, you know what I'm saying, look like him, whatever. They got to love me for me, and I know that. So I'm really putting the work in, and I'm excited to be here. My EP is out right now, Sincerely C3, everywhere. Shout out City Girls, Jeremiah, Tiana Taylor. We got that new track called How You Want It. But yeah, I'm blessed, and I'm happy.
All right. So Quincy, now I know Quincy, I know all of them all their life, but I know Quincy the longest. I know his mother the longest. When you became an actor, it really became out of nowhere to me. But I knew that you was really into technology. I knew you was kind of a geek, a good-looking geek. And it just brought you to all kinds of things. You got a new app out. You got new plays and movies coming, fashion coming. What is that? Tell me about that life.
Well, it's definitely a fun journey. I knew what I signed up for. Or maybe I didn't, you know, because I realized how, you know, tough it really is to really put your all into, you know, so many different things. You know, and I think with a lot of the career choices I'm making, whether it's fashion, whether it's music, tech, you know, everything is always something that I have to relate to and something I can teach somebody else. You know, it's very, very, very tough to take it in for myself and then just be cool with that. Like, I'm very, very, very open to sharing any little bit of information, you know, that I get. Especially with the industries like tech. Like, I knew nothing about it, but I was like, I want to go to San Francisco to one of these little tech things that they got going on. And going down there, you know, you end up meeting so many different people. And a huge thing, which has been a topic, I think, through this whole summit, is your team. You know, I have an amazing team. You know, it had to get to that point. I think you learn about yourself, you know, during the journey, but everybody has a role, you know, and nothing can be done alone. So once I just started to really figure out what and who it took to kind of like make my dreams come true, you got to realize you got people that are like doing things that complement your dreams, that are their passions. So it's like, that's how you really come together and, you know, become one, you know, and that's kind of how our conversation is as a family. You know, it's hard for us to totally give advice to just, you know, just straight advice. You know, we have to have a conversation. You know, everybody's experience is different. You know, we are one family, you know, but we are each individual. You know, so I think, you know, just having that's whoever you're surrounded by, whether it's friends, whether it's who you're working with, you know, that's gonna keep you going through pretty much everything you dive into. So.
And also, I would say
Facts.
the importance of preparation. My father teaches us that it's like you gotta just stay ready and prepare yourself to receive your blessings and take advantage of the opportunities that are presented. So just always be ready and always prepare yourself. So,
Just besides your father, obviously, I know he's an inspiration. Who other greats that inspire you, that, you know what I'm saying, that you look up to and that you take inspiration, that, you know what I'm saying, that you want to share to the world? All three of y'all.
You definitely inspiration. Your hustle.
Thank you.
Facts.
It's crazy. Stand out. Wow. Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, that's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Jay-Z,
Travis Scott documentary was crazy too.
Puff Daddy, Andre Harrell,
Yes, sir.
Berry Gordy.
Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry.
Groovy Lou.
Groovy Lou, okay.
Fact.
Hey Justin,
And I know.
where did you get your sense of fashion from?
It's like a split 50-50 between my mother and my father. Yeah, I think my father will kind of argue a little bit more on his side, but, you know, I feel like I get it from both of them. And, you know, just being fly is just in the DNA. But I'm just thankful, you know, to have had the, you know what I'm saying, just the right people to look up to dress well. They were great examples.
Now, Puff, as a father and a businessman, what is the difference in terms of your approach with your children now that they're grown men and they're getting into business, but you can't fire them? Like, if they do something you don't want, how do you go through that? How do you change your mentality? And tell me about your growth.
I honestly just became a full-time father. I was protected by the mothers of my children and protected a lot by Kim. So I'm really in the trenches right now. On top of these 3 young men that have just been great sons. I have 3 girls turning 13 right now, so all hell is breaking loose for me. So I had to move so quick because I was hustling so quick, and the households were held down. I was always called in for emergency situations, so it was more like a dictatorship, like, oh, I'm called in, so now this has to be done. So now things are totally different, and I have to listen, and I have to understand and put myself in their positions, and really, it's been a blessing to start even treating my kids more as not just my kids, as human beings. And so I had to change my approach. My approach had to evolve on my parenting skills, and even with them as, thank you, yeah, can I get a round of applause for that, please? Yeah, because it's definitely going down. It's definitely going down. Instagram doesn't tell the whole story. Remember that. But yeah, it's with business, you know, I'm on them about the blessings and the responsibility. I'm on them hard, you know, but I'm also communicating with them and trying to understand this new age that we in of millennials and the way millennials hustle. I don't really like that hustle. But hold on. But there's an art to that hustle that I gotta respect. So it's a way I have to come together and show them how I hustle, and they show me the way they hustle, and we kind of combine the forces. So it's really the way it's supposed to be done. Supposed to be, you know, with a very guiding, soft hand, but it's their lives. They have to make the decisions. But I try to instill in them always the opportunity that they have, how blessed we are. We're not sitting up here not knowing who we are, not knowing our blessing. We give thanks all day, every day. All day, we give all glory to God. And this is one thing I want to say. I have some of the most humblest kids, you know, and nice people. And I'm proud to say that. That's one of the things I'm the proudest achievement.
I can attest to that. These are good young men, all of them.
Amazing. Amazing.
And they love people. They love y'all. They just want to.
Yeah, we do.
They just want to make the world a better place and have fun and carry on the legacy. But I just try to tell them there's a responsibility that comes with that. And I'm always pushing them harder. I'm always waking them up earlier. I'm always trying to get them to read this book, watch this documentary, look at this news report, stay woke, understand what's going on. I'm always trying to get them to stay off the phone, look, enjoy life. Let's, you know, so I'm doing my father thing, and it's working out great. I'm learning a lot. I'm growing.
Can we give a round of applause for my pops, please, for his growth and for raising these 3 young men? Nah, that's not loud enough. Give him a round of applause, please.
Hey.
Thank you.
I got a question for the three of you guys. I want you to give some advice to young people in the audience who are chasing their dream. Give them personally what you think they need to keep doing and do.
Well, don't take no as an answer. My father taught me that. Just keep going. Because oftentimes many people may not agree with your vision. They may not agree with or see your vision how you see it, but you gotta just stick true to what you know, your beliefs, you know what I'm saying, and keep going. Like I said before, the art of preparation, staying prepared, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And you know, just keeping your family close and just faith in God. And then I just feel, shit, you'll be in a good position.
King Combs.
I would say just be you, be unique. I feel like everybody is a king and a queen in their own way. Everybody's unique in their own way, so don't try to be like nobody. Don't listen to nobody. Just do what you feel is right in your heart.
Quincy?
It's a lot. I think maybe one of the main things is you got to know how to be realistic. I think whether that's help from your team, whether it's help from your family, friends, but sometimes like we do things and maybe we have an idea that's just not 100% realistic. And you got to have those people in your corner too that's keeping you grounded on that realistic, plane. A lot of people, sometimes they may give you advice, the wrong advice may just be fear. They're fearing for you, and those are the type of people that you really have to kind of like, get out your life, just because those little things like that can really turn you away from, a bigger opportunity or what your whole future kind of is waiting for you for. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say also what I love about the Combs Cartel is the teamwork. You know what I'm saying? And I've been out with y'all, done shows with y'all. I've been in meetings with y'all. I'm just proud to say that y'all are my brothers and that y'all can, we family. And y'all are inspiring to me as well. I tell your father that all the time. You know what I'm saying? I just got done doing a fashion show with Rihanna in New York, and King Combs is there. Like, yo, Cal, what up? I'm like, what's good? Boom. Next thing you know, he on TV modeling. I'm like, man, boom. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've been blessed to go on tour with King Combs and to see Justin, do all these parties and be multi-talented, and him as a big brother. Also, Quincy as a big brother, I see these things, that they protect each other and support each other, and that's beautiful. And I think that's important, that we should spread out to let everybody know that we have to have each other's back. And when family have each other's back, that's unstoppable. You know what I'm saying?
Cartel.
Yeah. I have to represent for the other half of the cartel, Combs Cartel, and they wanted me to give y'all a message. My three daughters, Jessie, Delilah, and Chance, they said they'll see y'all next year, that they're ready. They're busy developing their clothing lines, their makeup brands, their foundations. And as a family, we're nurturing them to be able to step in early and to be able to be empowered and be true bosses. They just did an internship with me this whole summer. They're heavily into science, they're heavily into mathematics, and they're heavily into their blackness and their beauty, and
Yes.
And they also I'm gonna tell y'all now, they revolutionary. So when they come here next year, they gonna really give it to y'all and look out for them. But there's another half to us that really keeps us all motivated every day. This is half of the story. The way these young men take care of their sisters, and the way their sisters take care of us. After the losses that we faced, they've stepped up and become the queens of the household. I just want to give a shout out to them. Jessie, Delilah, Chance.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's got to be some questions. All right, how are we gonna do that? How's the question set up, producers in the back?
I'll take the question.
How we
straight
do
over
that?
here.
Do we have a mic out there?
Yeah, we got a question for her. After his question, let's give it to the young lady right there.
How y'all doing? I go by Kobe. It's nice. It's really nice to be right here in y'all presence.
What up?
I want to say this. I honestly feel like I'm one of the greatest in the industry, the greatest in music right now. And with me, I started this with my family and my Uncle Wu and my mans right here. They brought me out here from Virginia because they believed in my sound. So with y'all talking about sticking with your family, I'm foreseeing predicaments where I'll probably be in a situation where somebody might put some money in my face, and it might be a situation where it could break me off from my family. So when stuff like that happens, what's the best way where I could leverage a situation like that for knowledge from my people, or something that could bring us all together and bring us all into a situation like that?
Yeah, great answer. I want to say family businesses are hard. You know, it's hard. A lot of times family business breaks up families. But I think if you go into it with clarity and you handle business as business, like this is the piece of the pie we getting. If we get $1, this is what we get. And I think we're very clear when we do business. Justin has, and if y'all want to ever get some money with me, and y'all don't see me and y'all see Justin, he definitely holler at him. He helped make me over $2 million last year. But before he did that, we were clear on what his cut was gonna be. We just handled business. And I remember that I got the bag from the club and like a week or two passed. And then we went to another club and I didn't have no money on me. And he was like, I got it, Pops. So he lent me 5,000. And then, yeah.
Whoa, 10.
He lent me 10,000.
I remember that day.
Yeah, he lent me 10,000. And 2 weeks went past and I didn't pay him the commission. And I didn't pay him the 10,000. And then so one morning I got up and went to breakfast and he was waiting at the table. And he was like, Pops, I don't want no smoke, but I need to get my money though. And when you have that relationship and you start it off as business and you don't have it just up in the air, like we family and we out here, somebody gonna blow. So your uncle gotta know what he getting, auntie gotta know what she getting, and they also gotta know there may be a time that you may have to move on, And everybody has to, the move right here, people have to be responsible for themselves. So as you getting on, they gotta get on so that at the end of the day, y'all could be individuals. So right now, that's the most important thing. I want them to be individuals so we don't never have no family business problems. But I think clarity of the business is important on keeping the family ties tight.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And good luck to you and God bless.
Yes, sir.
For any other questions, please make your way to the back of the room, my left, your right, and they'll cue you over with the AT&T area.
This is a question for Diddy and Khaled, but I first want to introduce myself. As I stated earlier, for those who don't know, my name is Myasia Simone. I am the hottest sports and entertainment reporter coming out of Atlanta. And I say that with so much confidence. I started my own media platform from the ground up. It's sports and entertainment. And if y'all don't jump on it now, I promise you're gonna be asking for me later.
Can I have your card?
But this question is for Diddy and Khaled. Let's take it back to the journey just a little bit. Those moments and those conversations that you have when you feel like, hey,
Excuse me. I want you to do some work for Revolt. Do you think I could hire you and do some work for Revolt?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Let's go.
I want to do that in real time to show y'all how she's been representing her brand consistently over and over. She's been staying to her message.
Yes.
And then when she asked me the question, it was the proof that she was good at her job. And so I would love to be a part of your journey in some way. So we're going to talk to you, before you leave. But you can ask your question.
Almost forgot it. Okay, so I do want to talk about the journey. There's a lot of conversations that I have with myself. You know, me being in the game 5 years, me consistently talking to anybody, the who's. There's moments where anybody in this room can relate where you feel like, I'm gonna give up. You see all your peers around you, they give up, everybody gives up. What's that conversation, Khaled and Diddy, that you had right before your breakthrough that made you keep going, that made you persevere through all of the struggle?
I mean, great question. For me, you know, obviously, God first. You know what I'm saying? I always give thanks to God. And if there's a time, I always remind myself, and I'm speaking from my experience, you know, every door wasn't always open. You know what I'm saying? And I always told myself I had to open my own doors sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I had to give myself my own opportunities sometimes. And when I did get opportunities, I made sure I took opportunities to the next level and took it to, and showed gratitude either way how it went. It could have been a bad opportunity, but it was a learning lesson for a greater opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So to answer your question is, you can never give up. You can never let anyone tear you down or pull you down or feel weak that you can't do what you gotta do. And know God is great and you have life. There's really no excuse for not to do what you wanna do because we breathe it and we live it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's strong enough for me to do whatever I wanna do.
I mean, for me, it was on the 10th mile of the marathon that I ran. I ran a marathon a couple of years ago, like 10 years ago, 12, 15, something like that. But I just came up with the crazy idea I wanted to run a marathon because it was synonymous with my life. I felt like my life is a marathon, not a sprint. I decided to run the marathon, raise like a couple of $1 million for kids, for education in the public school systems of New York. But I decided to do it 8 weeks before the marathon. And this is how I learned about preparation. So I was doing that, but I was still partying and making records. I was in my golden age of Puff Daddy. I had a mohawk, but I was just in the club the night before. I didn't really know how broken I was gonna get. By the 10th mile, my whole body, I lost all the salt out my body. I lost all of the water, like my body just started cramping up. And I was like, I can't do this. And I fell down and I was on the ground, you know, and I got up. See, you gonna fall down, but when you get up, and I fell down a couple more times because I had 16.2 miles to go. But I kept getting up. And I say this, yeah. And this is very important because this is what we need to do more as a people. Because a lot of us are down. A lot of us are in the darkness. I visit the darkness a lot, you know? And that's one thing I have to say Kim helped me with, you know, over the last couple of years, is don't stay down. That's my biggest key to you. When you're down, realize you're down no matter what. Do something to lift yourself up. Listen to some music. Give somebody a word of encouragement. But you gotta get up. Just keep that in your head. When you're down, keep saying, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. And that's how I do it for myself. Yeah, but I finished the marathon, I almost killed myself. And shit, I was down last week, you know, and it's a part of life. We don't talk about, you know, the mental issues that we have to deal with or just waking up and being black. You know what I'm saying? And so we gotta lift each other up more, you know? You'll see when somebody's down and you've been there, and believe me, that word is saying, come on, get up, or that little hug or that little push We all need each other. But as long as you keep getting up, that's going to inspire somebody else to get up. And that's why we here, because can't stop, won't stop.
That's right.
And he's going to get your information.
Next question.
Good afternoon. So my name is Javon Adams Jr. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I attend Trinity College. Yeah, that way, that way.
Chicago's in here deep,
Absolutely.
man.
So I attend Trinity College. I'm a senior at the moment. This summer, I was blessed with the opportunity to intern at Sirius XM for Sway in the Morning. He all had amazing things to say about you all. So I just want to, first and foremost, I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you all for taking the time to give us this game. I genuinely appreciate you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So, brotherhood is very important. Sticking together is very important. But a lot of times we don't speak on the hard conversations we have to have behind closed doors. So what are some of those conversations that you all have behind closed doors to keep each other going, to hold each other accountable, to build one another? What are some of those conversations that you all have?
Well, you know, just having tough skin, you know, and confiding in your family and just not being afraid to express yourself. My father's big on us expressing ourselves.
Telling the truth.
And
be vulnerable.
and getting it out and not keeping it bottled in. And it's just the importance of family. It's like your family is all you got. So it's like you gotta just stick together and you can solve problems together.
Even just one time, he took me behind the door and was like, yo, bro, you gotta get focused. You ain't been in the studio in like 3 days. You're not even hot right now. Hey, what you doing? So, like, that just fuel you, and you gotta know, like, advice from your family, they telling you the truth, and you really just gotta.
And nobody gonna tell you the truth like your family, though, because you know they really care about you, and they're gonna, you know what I'm saying, keep it 100. They're not gonna let you go out sad. So, you know.
It's just, it's honesty. I try to instill in them, like, being honest. Don't put no cut on it. Let's sit down, let's talk about it. Like, what's really good? What are we talking about? Because we can figure out anything, because ain't nothing gonna break us up.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Next question.
All right, how y'all doing? I'm Premier. I'm a rapper from Birmingham, Alabama. First and foremost, I love family. DJ Khaled, Father Sheed, Cone Cartel, P. Diddy, all y'all family. Everybody family, 100. This 100 with me. I love family. I love my family, you know what I'm saying? Mom on Section 8. I'm trying to figure out a way how I can get out of this, you know what I'm saying? And basically, I'm here, I'm learning. I appreciate Revolt. I appreciate Revolt Summit, my bad. You know, I know about the meeting. But Revolt Summit, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all having, I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate giving everybody opportunity. I've been networking, meet with everybody. But the question what I want to ask is, when y'all fail, what motivates you? What did you think about to get back up?
What did he say, fail?
I don't know what that word is.
He meant fall. He meant when you fall.
I mean, for me, I don't use the word fail or lose. I think Nipsey said it best. The marathon continues. It's not a race. It's levels. It's steps. So if it didn't go the way you thought it should have went at that moment, you know what I'm saying? It's more steps and more levels to it, and levels to get to what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? My whole life, for me, has always been I want more, and I want to accomplish more. But I always knew in my heart I had to work harder. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I thought this is the way it should be, I got to make sure that it really is that. So I don't use the word fail and lose. I use it as, what's the next step? How do we make this better? I'm a type of person where it's not about complaining, it's about I'd rather put my energy to find the solution. You know what I'm saying? Because the more you talk about that word fail, it's like you're moving backwards. You know what I'm saying? Take that energy to find the solution to move forward. That's just me speaking, and it works for me. You know what I mean?
I think failure is a major opportunity to learn something. I'm gonna tell you the story about one time when I failed. When I was 22 years old, I was flown out to LA and I was offered position as the A&R director for MCA Records. And my lawyer was with me, and he said he doesn't want, meaning me, he doesn't want the A&R position. He wants $1 million deal. So this was Gerald Busby, and this was Irving Azoff. And Irving Azoff, the chairman, said to Gerald Busby, who was the highest paid executive at that point in black music, he said, Gerald, did you offer young Andre Harrell $1 million? Gerald Busby said no. And I knew right then and there everything was going to be wrecked. My lawyer said, we're going to get a joint venture. We're going to talk about the numbers. Andre, you go back to the hotel, and I'm going to call you as soon as it's done. So I went back to the hotel about 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I didn't hear from him. I knew something went wrong. So when I heard from him, I heard this. And this is in 1986. That was the wind blowing on his phone as he was going to Malibu, telling me it didn't quite work out. Now, I was getting on the plane to go back to the projects. So when I got back in first class, because they flew me first class, I ate all the peanuts, drank all the alcohol, because I thought I'd never be back in first class. So every day after that, I called Gerald Busby's secretary. Like, you know, I didn't want to get on her nerves. I had to figure out the pace, what day to call. I would call on Thursday afternoon because most of the stuff for the week was over, and she could talk and listen to me. And I started sending her tapes. And finally, they called me back 5 months later, and it was Gerald Busby on the phone, and I could hear Mr. Big Stuff. Oh, yeah, I'm rough and tough and all that stuff, singing Heavy D in the back. And he said, Andre, I'm going to give you a record deal. So my story is, what you are destined to do, failure will not stop you.
That's good. That's good.
I feel also too that failure, like it's like your experience, like it teaches you, like it's not really like you failing, like if you learn from it. And I feel like making the same mistake twice, you know what I'm saying, you can't do that. So you have to learn, you know what I'm saying, as the race goes on, as the marathon goes on, you kind of got to adapt and learn and just view it as an experience and learn from it and build from it. And then, you know what I'm saying, it's your outlook on everything. Like it's never over. The finish line is right there, so.
The only way you fail if you quit. If you don't quit, you'll never fail.
Do we have time for one more question?
Yeah, we can have this be the last question.
So my name is Brittany, and I'm actually from Atlanta, so I'm a Georgia peach. And I just wanted to ask, my background is tourism, travel, events, meeting, planning, all that. And seeing something like this, I really see the tourism aspect in it. And I wanted to see if I could possibly speak with somebody who maybe was in that sector for this event. But that's just if possible. But,
No, we're going to make that happen for you.
But what I wanted to ask you is, what was the impact that you saw when you put, what was the impact that you saw when you put together wanted to put together this event? Because this is something that I eventually see myself doing. Maybe not this large, but putting together events like this along with tourism and travel, because I love experiences, I love meeting new people, and to me that's why you travel, you know?
All right, cool. So the reason why we're here is because I was in those seats when I used to come down here for Jack the Rapper. Jack the Rapper was this black music conference that gave birth to the whole black music industry. And you would go there and you would learn, and you would be able to network, and it was just so exciting being around your peers and knowing that other people had the same dream that you had. And so as we started to talk to AT&T about doing things in the community, we said, yo, we want to go back to Atlanta, you know, because Atlanta's where what kind of saved me, because I got fired from Uptown. Andre did the right thing. I was acting like a fool, running around all with my shirt on, champagne all over the place. It was crazy. But I got fired. And then I came down to Atlanta, and Dallas Austin and L.A. Reid, they kind of helped me and showed me what was going on here. And then I kind of took the model back to New York, and that's when I did Daddy's House, and I met Clive Davis. And so Atlanta always has had that affiliation, and also because of Jack the Rapper. But the most important thing for us being here is because Atlanta right now is the mecca of black culture and entertainment. It embraces black entrepreneurialism. Atlanta is a driving force in the global culture. And so for us to come here, we didn't want to do it in Buckhead. We didn't want to get it twisted. We know what this is going to be. We know how great and how important Atlanta is going to be to changing the world through entertainment, through media, through politics, through social issues. So we wanted to come right here to where it's happening at in real time. And we wanted to come in the community. Like, we in the community, you know what I'm saying? Anybody from here know we not in the play community. We in the hood where we can't be afraid to come to, and the people that make money from us, the big companies like AT&T or the Googles, the Apples, they gotta come and give us something back. And so that's why we're here, and I wanna thank AT&T for coming and giving something back.
Yeah.
And so Atlanta's where it's at. It's been like that. They've had y'all have had like a 25-year run. And so what's going on with Tyler Perry about to open up his studios? What's going on with Black Tech? What's going on with The Gathering Spot? What's going on with all of the studios? What's going on with QC? What's going on with the whole art explosion here? That's why we're here, because we want to take it from Atlanta, then we want to spread it around to the rest of the communities globally in our black diaspora. Yeah.
Well, we like to thank, oh, is there one more question? The lady in the green, try to give a, we got the mic still there? No, the mic's gone. That's it. We got to thank y'all for letting us come talk to y'all.